Welcome to DarkLoreTube, where the darkest stories come to life. The fourth story.
The faces behind the window.
I live on a quiet cul-de-sac where the loudest sound most nights is the gentle hiss of sprinklers. The neighbors are the kind who wave when they remember and disappear inside when they don't. A month ago, I would have told you nothing unusual ever happened here, unless you count trash bins left out until Tuesday or the occasional raccoon digging through plastic bags. My desk faces the front window. I work late paperwork, invoices, things that seem important until morning. Across the street stands the Wycliffe house. It's older than the rest 2 stories, a steep roof, and original wood trim. It looks like it belongs somewhere else, as if it was placed here by mistake. Mr. Wycliffe lives alone, as far as I know. He mows his lawn exactly once a week, always in the same direction. He takes his trash out the moment the sun sets on Sunday, never earlier. If you wave, he responds a second too late, like he has to remember how. It was after midnight when I first saw them. I had stood up to stretch and refill my water. The upstairs window of the Wycliffe house was dark, a deeper square of shadow above the garage. As I turned back, the curtain shifted slightly, and I saw faces. There were 2, small, pressed close to the glass, side by side, like children peering into a display case. But something was wrong. Their eyes were too wide, set too far apart. Their noses looked unfinished, as if half erased. Their mouths were closed in something that resembled a smile, until you looked longer and realized it wasn't. I froze, the glass still in my hand. The ice clinked softly. I told myself it was a reflection. Headlights, maybe. Or light bouncing off another window. When I looked again, the curtain had fallen. The window was empty. I didn't sleep well that night. Not fear, exactly, but unease. Every time I closed my eyes, that almost smile lingered. The next evening, I tried to ignore it. But when I glanced up, they were there again. This time, 3 faces, one slightly higher, like someone leaning from behind. No movement, no sign of breath on the glass, just watching. I stayed in my chair, pretending not to stare, but I didn't look away. When a car passed and its headlights swept across the house, the curtain dropped instantly. I told myself a better explanation. Maybe relatives visiting, maybe children staying over. Anything was easier than the truth I didn't want to name. The following afternoon, everything looked normal. Kids riding bikes, a dog barking at nothing. I told myself to forget it. But that night, before 10, the faces returned. I left my phone ready on the desk, camera open. When the curtain slowly parted, 2 pale faces appeared. Their eyes locked onto mine immediately. I took a photo. Nothing. Just a dark blur. When I looked up again, a 3rd face had appeared smaller, but with eyes that seemed strangely bright. The curtain trembled, though there was no wind. I turned off my lamp. In my window's reflection, I saw myself, and behind me, the Wycliffe house. I raised the phone again, but I didn't take the picture. By the time the clock read 11:04, the window was empty again. I told myself I would mention it to my girlfriend, Marissa. But deep down, I already knew nothing I said would sound convincing. And it didn't. She laughed it off, said I needed more sleep. The neighbors hadn't seen anything either. But I kept watching. Each night, more faces appeared. 4, 5, sometimes more. Pressed tightly together, as if competing for space. Once, I saw a small hand tap against the glass. I could swear I heard it. A faint, brittle sound. That was the first night I closed my blinds. But it didn't help. Even when I stopped looking, I felt watched. One night, I woke at 3 in the morning and found myself standing in the hallway, staring through the gap in my blinds. They were already there, waiting. That's when I understood. They weren't random. They were expecting me. Things got worse after that. I searched for information about the house. Old records, old stories, people who had lived there, and left suddenly. Missing children, strange disappearances, the same address, again and again. I showed Marissa. She didn't believe me, until the night I woke up and found her standing at the window, silent, still, staring across the street. She said she didn't remember getting up. The next night, she was gone. I found the front door open. She was already halfway across the street, walking toward the Wycliffe house. I called her name. She didn't stop. The upstairs curtain shifted, and for a moment, I saw faces pressed against the glass. One of them looked like her. I ran after her, but the door shut before I reached it. She never came back out. The police searched the house. They found nothing. No one. But I know what I saw, because the faces are still there, every night. And now, there are more of them. Dozens. Some look like children. Some look like adults. And one of them looks exactly like Marissa. Last night, something changed. Every curtain in that house opened at once. All the windows. All the faces. And in the middle of them stood Mr. Wycliffe, smiling, watching me. Then they all opened their mouths wide, silent, unnatural. And suddenly, they were gone. That's when I noticed the reflection in my own window. My room was behind me, but it wasn't empty. Dozens of pale faces were pressed close, so close their features blurred together. They weren't in his house anymore. They were in mine. I ran. I don't remember how I got out, or how I drove away. I only know I made it to my brother's place hours later. I'm writing this because I don't know what else to do. If you ever see faces staring at you from a window across the street, don't keep watching, because the moment you do, they start watching back.